One of the many questions I get for people waking to other beings, and especially their channel, their ability to communicate with others, is this how do you overcome all of the voices, all of the messages, all of the beings coming to you? It's like when you first initiate and open that doorway, the analogy I often use is of a faucet. A faucet is pouring water and you can't turn it off. It's like no matter what you do, you just cannot turn it off. You're getting messages all day long. You're, waking up and there are dead people all around you and they won't leave you alone and all this other stuff. You know, there are a couple things you can do, and one of them I talk about is working with your divine team, your divine council. Now, your divine council is a group of beings who are very closely connected to you and who are there to help you on your journey. They're there to protect you, to heal you, to guide you, to do all these different things. Many might call them spirit guides. That's a term that I try to stay away from more because they're not all assigned to you in that aspect. A lot of them are just simply friends and family trying to help you out a little bit, friends and family from past lives, and even other versions of yourself in other worlds and in other times and spaces. So you work with your divine counsel and you bring yourself into awareness with them through doing the standard techniques. Like meditation is probably the most common one people use, but meditating to work with them, using salt baths, sound frequency. There are all kinds of different tools you can use to work with that team. And then there's this concept we don't talk about often enough in the community about gatekeepers. There are beings who are gatekeepers who can help you on your journey. Now, gatekeepers are extremely effective at quieting the noise, at queuing people up and making it so you can go about your day without being inundated by all the energy. They are typically God energies, the ones that I've run into. I'm sure if a being was powerful enough and in that space, they could be a fairy energy or a dragon or some other energy. Typically, I find they're God energies or angelic energies. Like Michael. Uh, there's another angel. It starts with a J. I can't think of his name off the top of my head for some reason. But there are, multiple, and when it comes to angels, there are thousands and probably millions of angels. It's just a vibrational state. So there are, some of the biblical angels, but then there are others you can meet too that can be gatekeepers. But what I often recommend to my clients is to find a gatekeeper. Find a gatekeeper who can energetically protect you until you know how to protect yourself. And protecting yourself is more a matter of understanding your sovereignty, building your grid, your energetic strength, shielding, and just building that grid so that it is solid and nothing can get through it. And then at times you might get to a point where the gatekeeper kind of walks away and doesn't need to help you as much, and then you call on them to help you more when you need them. The example I can give you is when I started spirit art readings, I opened them up a year and a half, 2 years ago. And as soon as I opened them up, all these beings showed up because they were guiding their people to me. And it was like just having a crowd of beings. And I was like, nope, not doing this. And I had a gatekeeper named Papa. Now, Papa came to me through a friend. He's a gatekeeper from African culture, Papa Legba by some names, and Alegua is another name for him. Often considered a trickster type energy, but he's been, if you know how to work with tricksters, they're very benevolent for the most part. And so he helps me with the gatekeeping. Now, before him in spirit art, he came to me for that. And before him, I worked with Thor a lot on that aspect. And Thor I still work with him, is phenomenal for that capacity. And I'm not talking Marvel Comics Thor. I'm talking legitimate Norse, brutal god Thor, very loving at the same time, but very warrior type of energy. And so they've helped me with that space. And Papa, what he did is he came, and as soon as he came, he lined all those energies up and put like a doorway and was like, nope, you cannot access him until he says you can access him. And when he says you can access him, then you can come through. And that's how the gatekeeper works. The gatekeeper takes all those energies and lines them up and gives you a flow, gives you a like a pathway of working with them. And they can step out of line if they want, if they don't want to wait around, but the door is there. And when you open the door and say next, the next person comes through the door, that sort of thing. So those are gatekeepers. So those are the gatekeepers. That's what they do. Energies. And what I recommend for clients is that they pick a god or goddess, typically one from historical lore that they feel called to. You don't have to work with Thor. You don't have to work with an angel. You don't have to work with Papa Legba. It could be anybody who you personally feel called to energetically, who you believe would be a good gatekeeper for you, and they will show up. If you ask your divine team, like, hey, who should I work with as in a gatekeeping aspect, they will show up and they will reveal themselves through signs and symbols and just intuitive knowing type of thing. And then when you do that, start meditating with them, start working with them, calling on them, and just asking for their protection. And that's it. That's how you gatekeep the energy and kind of limit the energy that's around you. I'll have a meditation on connecting with them too to help you out. So you can see that in the meditations playlist. And then if you have any questions about gatekeepers, about that type of work and limiting the energy around you, just let me know. Drop it in the comments. Make sure you follow, subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video and the other videos, please consider supporting me. You can get spirit art readings on my website where you can see visuals of those around you and some guidance for your journey. So thank you for watching, everybody. I love you all. I'm grateful for each and every one of you.